Sorry about that. You scared me. I wasn't expecting visitors. Were you looking for a fad diet? I have one. So I'm going to show you what I eat in a day. I'm doing a high-fat vegan diet. I'm following Dr. Goldner's Hypernourishing protocol. I've got a couple comments saying that this isn't a high-fat diet. It is basically keto. If you read her mind, she doesn't outright come out and say it, but she's limiting fruit, and she says she only uses fruit to flavor the greens. She would remove them if she could. So it's mostly greens, flax seeds, and water. That's her main thing. Get the omegas high and the cruciferous and all these greens to heal the cells. No sugar. All avocados and flax oil. So it's a high-fat thing, and I'm doing it. So I've been doing this for a couple of weeks, and I've noticed that I do better with no fruit whatsoever. I was having a bit of berries and a smoothie, and then it's like I'm still breaking out in acne, and like, okay, we lower that, and then the smoothie's gross with just a bit of blueberries. It's barely sweet, and I'm like, why am I even doing this? She healed herself of lupus eating mainly just guacamole and cruciferous and flax. There was no fruit whatsoever in her protocol. She was even doing tofu. So that's what I'm gonna do now. My first meal of the day is gonna be a guacamole dip, and then we're dipping that giant log that I dropped in the beginning, and some cabbage. So I've chopped one tomato. It was a pretty big organic tomato, by the way. I call this a guacamole. I'm not following the recipe. I'm not adding poisonous onions. I tell you, I've been having bad luck with avocados lately. I've thrown out like 15 of them. Why did I buy them? They were cheap. Oh, you piece of shit. That is not great. How about the next one? Oh, you hunking dunk. What's your problem, Mexico? Why do you hate Canadians? That's not part of our treaty. So usually I just add 2 avocados, but whatever. There's 3 here, and I'm salvaging some of them. Okay, then we got a little half a lemon squeezed in, a little lemon container. Huh? That's cute. It's not like it's not. You just juice that in your glass thing. Got a little nylon strainer. Pour that in the blender. Boom. Now this is going to be an experiment. I'm going to add olives. Usually I add sun-dried tomatoes for the saltiness. So I'm just going to add a few olives and see. Oh god, they're all falling in the sink. They rolled off the edge of my cutting board. Oh, that sucked. Now, just a pro tip if you want to keep your teeth. Even though you see pitted olives, open them up and check to see if that's true. Because sometimes it's not. You bite into one, it's like, ow, you weren't expecting it. If they're not pitted, you know it's not pitted, and you bite softly. But no, these are shit. Alright, we're almost done making this. The next key ingredient, I'm starting slow with the flax seeds. Because you add too many of these, you end up constipated. So I'm just starting with 1 teaspoon, and the rest is flax oil. And just so you know, always buy it whole. Never buy it ground up, because then it's already rancid. But you always have to grind it after. And the last ingredient, cold pressed, unrefined, virgin flax oil. 3 tablespoons, maybe 3.5. I was doing 4. I'm just keeping this train moving here. We ain't getting into constipation town. Every time I do a high-fat diet, things block up. So we got to keep that train rolling, and this is the key to do it. And magnesium. Don't forget the magnesium. 3.5. Like 7,000 calories. All right, tiny bit of water to that, and then we blend.
So what the hell do vegans eat? There are so many foods to choose from. Eat lots of fruits and vegetables. They make your skin look very nice.
Okay, that turned out way thinner than usual. That's what you get for messing with the recipe. Usually it's very thick. It still looks dippable, but adding the olives instead of the sun-dried tomatoes might have been a mistake. So here's about 1/4 of a cabbage and some sliced peeled daikon radish. That's a new one to the mix. I don't know what that's going to be like. I aim for roughly 300 grams, because your goal is 1.5 pounds for the day, and I have another meal coming, so 680 grams total. Why get the whole thing now? All right, we do a little taste test, and then I leave for a while. We dip the daikon radish in. Still quite thick. There, wow. But daikon's an acquired one, huh? So for the cabbage, usually I just peel an outer layer off. And you got a boat. You just dip that boat. You know what I mean? Dip the boat. Get a nice, something like that. I'll leave. You know, one day I'm gonna have a nice kitchen where I can film normally. You're out there, I got my counter and we're chopping stuff. Can you tell I have a light up here pointed at my cupboard reflecting? No, you can't. So it's dinner time. Salad is upon us. So what I've done that you can't see at all is I've used the food processor to shred up some greens. Why not? People will say, oh, you need your tools. You couldn't be vegan without your tools. Meanwhile, you're frying your beef with a stove. Those are tools, you dick. So I've shredded up 1 head of collard greens, about 1/4 of a purple cabbage this time. Dare we dream that. And a couple radishes. I'm just experimenting with all the various cruciferous vegetables. Like daikon radish is crucif. I never knew. Look at all that greeny goodness right in there. You seeing that glory? Greeny purple glory. I tell you, I did Napa cabbage in here last night and it turned into like a soup. It just squeezed the water right out of it. That's not a good one for this style. So to this salad now, I usually chop up just 1 tomato, organic, and I've switched my breakfast and dinner. Usually I do that guacamole that I showed you with sun-dried tomatoes, and then I put olives in the salad. I decided to do it backwards today. Olives in the guac, which kind of sucked, if I'm being honest with you. It wasn't better, it was worse if anything. I enjoy eating olives, not drinking them. So this time I've soaked some sun-dried tomatoes, and we're adding that in for salty goodness. I know in the past I've said that salt is poison. That's ridiculous. I'm not contradicting myself. It's just that now salt is fine. Because I'm on a high-fat thing. I have no insulin. I have no androgen receptors to hold on to my salt and not pee it out too much, so I gotta replace it. I'm drinking like 1 gallon of water a day. Something's gotta give. Something's gotta give here. Celery tastes like nosebleeds. It's not fun. So there's the salad. Boom, tomatoes. Thank you. Now, thank God I had the intuition to buy the separate mangoes. These are 3 for $4 instead of the bags, which were all rotten. Watch this one, probably perfect. You can't go wrong with these. I felt good. That's a nice hunk of chunk of love. Oh yeah. Oh, the goodness. It's ours. Oh God, Sony, you stupid piece of... These are a little bigger than the ones I was eating. Usually I add 2 small ones, and now I'm adding 2 giant ones. I'm gonna wonder why I'm bloated later. Perfect green. Fantastic. One thing I would love to ask Dr. Goldner is, are macadamia nuts safe on this protocol? I feel like they're not. She says don't eat nuts and seeds. They're not on the plan. If you want to heal as fast as possible, do not eat them. But avocados are safe, and olives. She has said that because of the omega-6, but macadamia nuts are even lower than this, as we see in the chart. We see the chart, but there's got to be another reason. I mean, it's obvious that macadamia nuts are harder to digest than these avocados would be, and maybe that's it. It's just people are sensitive to nuts for non-omega-6 related reasons. So I should remove them, but I tell you what happens. I eat that first meal, fantastic, boom, energy all day, feeling sharp. Then I make this salad, second meal, boom, super enjoyable. And then something happens, I get a little hungry later, and I have nothing to eat I don't want more veggies. That's not going to do it. I need some more calories, obviously. Do I want to eat more avocados? I've already had 4 of them. Not really. So I could just snack on avocados and olives again. But it's like, that's where the macadamia nuts come in and the sun-dried tomatoes. That's a fun little snack. And I eat that to satiation. I sleep like a baby. Fantastic. That's a lot of avocados. Maybe with these giant ones, I won't really need to snack later with the macadams. That's how you do that, by the way. So those go in the salad. That is so much more than I'm used to having. Oh, I can't believe it. A little slice on the knife there, like that. That's how you get those off. Slice back, chop. Oh no, one fell on the thing. And we're doing another half a lemon. We're just squeezing it in there. I never make a dressing for a salad. People are making dressings. Like, what are you doing? Just add all the ingredients in and stir it around and it's basically a dressing. Why are you so weird? So it just goes over, boom. No seeds for me, thanks to nylon technology. It's plastic poison. That half lemon goes back in its own cute little container. And at this point, he adds a ridiculous 4 more tablespoons of estrogenic flax protein. There's a lot of protein in flax oil. That's why I've gained so much muscle on this path. And I find that I am very healthy now due to flax-based phytoestrogen compounds that build testosterone. Then these sun-dried tomatoes I've been soaking for several hours with the water. Why not? Salty water. Flavor, anyone? It's in there. And now you're just stirring that bad boy up. That's a fantastic salad, I must say. I must say it. A lot of avocado. It's avocado heavy. And that oil coming together with the lemon and the salty sun-dried tomato liquid that nobody even thought to kept. Wow. You learn English as you make these salads. That's a fantastic meal, my friend. That's a lot of fiber. You may not be used to it. All I can say is start slow on that one. Don't go for the giant meal that I just did. In the beginning, I was very gassy, but now I'm also really gassy. It hasn't changed. I'm not adapting. I'm taking the probiotics that she recommended. They do nothing. They just eat and produce gas. Like, what else would they do? That's their job. Why would it be any different? When it comes to supplements I take, usually in the morning I take vitamin D3, the probiotic, and the astaxanthin, which I might not continue after I'm done that bottle. I don't feel like it's any different. Astaxanthin, you didn't save a damn thing in my body from anything. So I do that in the morning, and then at night I take some magnesium. I also took magnesium in the morning with those 500 milligrams and then another 500 just to release this train, just to get that thing moving. And it works. I'm taking 1,000 milligrams. That can't be good for my calcium balance, but there's so much calcium in that salad that it does work out, I think. And also the L-glutamine, which is supposed to heal the gut. It could be working, I don't know. I've taken it many times in the past and I've healed somewhat the gut, so it could have worked or not. I don't know. It's worth a thumb up, I think. Thumbs down if you are, for some reason, supplementing with cougar fur pills. You know that cougar fur is like 40% bioavailable at best. You take it in pill form, where do you get the chewing sensations to tell your brain, hey, I just had some cougar fur, I defeated a wild mountain cat, let's produce some testosterone here? You're not going to get the benefits. You have to blend it. It is ethical, by the way. You can shave a cougar. I've seen it happen. I'm going to leave. That's healthy. right there. If I'm hungry later, I might have macadamia nuts. Last night I soaked some all day long, and then that ruined them. That sucked. So the only other option is to make the Lou Corona yogurts, which I'll do it, and then I'll dip something in it. I'll do it. That's it. I'm gonna leave. How you doing? Subscribing for more videos? I'll see you in the next one.